One viral outbreak can wipe out weeks of hard work in just a few days. One minute your chicks are active and feeding well. The next morning they're weak, piling in corners, refusing feed, passing watery droppings, and dying one after another. And the worst part? Many farmers keep spending more money on drugs every season, yet the mortality still continues. But what if one of the most powerful natural support systems for chick immunity has been growing around your farm this entire time? Today, we are breaking down how experienced poultry farmers are turning ordinary neem leaves into a powerful feed supplement that may help chicks handle seasonal disease pressure, improve gut health, and reduce mortality naturally. And trust me, most farmers using neem are still making one major mistake that can actually reduce feed intake and slow growth. We'll cover that too. If you are serious about raising stronger chicks with lower losses and smarter farm management, subscribe now and join farmers here who want practical results instead of expensive trial and error. Now quickly tell me in the comments, where are you watching from? And what is the biggest challenge affecting your chicks right now? Because by the end of this video, you'll understand the correct preparation method, the safest administration age, critical precautions, and how to avoid the bitter mistakes that push chicks away from feed completely. Let's start with the real problem most farmers ignore. The danger period for chicks is not always when disease first appears. It usually starts earlier when immunity becomes weak. Many small-scale farmers focus only on treatment after symptoms appear. But by then, the virus, stress, or infection may already be spreading through the flock. That's why some farmers lose chicks even after spending heavily on antibiotics. The chicks may survive temporarily, but their bodies are already stressed internally. And in 2026, many poultry farmers are noticing something frustrating. Diseases spreading faster, chicks reacting poorly to stress, and rising medication costs cutting deep into profits. This is where Neem started getting attention again among organic poultry farmers. Neem leaves contain naturally occurring plant compounds like azadirachtin, flavonoids, antioxidants, and bitter phytochemicals that researchers have studied for antimicrobial and immune support properties. Now let's be clear. Neem is not magic. Neem is not a replacement for vaccination. Neem cannot fix dirty water, poor ventilation, wet litter, or overcrowding. But when used correctly as part of good management, many farmers believe it helps chicks become more resilient during stressful periods. And this brings us to the first mistake that destroys results. Most farmers use fresh neem leaves directly. That's a problem. Fresh leaves contain excess moisture and inconsistent concentrations. Some chicks reject the bitterness immediately. Others consume too much unevenly. The smarter method is controlled neem leaf powder. Here's how experienced farmers prepare it. First, harvest mature green neem leaves. Avoid yellow leaves, moldy leaves, dusty roadside leaves, or leaves sprayed with chemicals. Young fresh green leaves are usually preferred because they dry faster and grind better. After harvesting, wash the leaves lightly to remove dirt and droppings. Do not soak them excessively. Too much water can encourage mold during drying. Now, this next step is extremely important. Never dry neem leaves under harsh direct sunlight. That is where many farmers accidentally reduce potency. Instead, spread the leaves under shade in a clean, airy environment. A wire mesh, clean sack, or raised drying platform works well. Allow slow drying for several days until the leaves become crispy. Why? Because excessive heat may damage some sensitive plant compounds. Once dried properly, grind the leaves into a very fine powder. The finer the powder, the easier it mixes evenly into feed. Large leaf particles create uneven feeding and stronger bitterness pockets. After grinding, store the powder immediately inside airtight containers, dry bottles, or sealed bags away from sunlight and moisture. Poor storage destroys quality faster than most farmers realize. Now here's where most viewers are probably waiting carefully. How much should you actually use? This is where farmers make dangerous mistakes. Some farmers overdose neem thinking, more bitterness means more protection. Wrong. Too much neem can reduce appetite severely. Remember, chicks are sensitive. The goal is support, not punishment. Many poultry farmers using neem successfully usually start with very small quantities mixed evenly into feed, especially during the first few weeks. For young chicks, moderation matters far more than strength. A light, consistent inclusion is usually safer than aggressive dosing. Now let's talk about the most critical age window. The first 21 days of life are extremely sensitive. This is when stress, brooder temperature mistakes, transport stress, weak immunity, and poor feeding management can trigger serious losses. Many farmers who use neem strategically focus during this early development stage. But another mistake happens here. Some farmers start neem immediately on day one. That can sometimes stress newly arrived chicks already adjusting to transport, dehydration, vaccinations, and environmental changes. Many experienced farmers prefer allowing chicks to stabilize first with clean glucose water, electrolytes, and quality starter feed before introducing small amounts gradually. Now let's discuss something many YouTube videos ignore completely. If your chicks stop eating, your entire strategy fails. So how do farmers reduce bitterness problems? One method is pulsed administration. Instead of continuous heavy use daily for long periods, some farmers use short controlled feeding cycles with breaks in between. This may help maintain appetite while still supporting the birds during stressful periods. Another trick is proper mixing. Never dump neem powder in one spot. Mix thoroughly until distribution becomes uniform across the feed. Uneven mixing creates bitter pockets that chicks avoid. Now watch this carefully because this next sign tells you whether your flock is responding positively or struggling. Healthy responding chicks usually show better activity, stronger feather appearance, improved alertness, firmer droppings, stable feeding behavior, and less piling under moderate conditions. But if you notice severe feed rejection, weakness, dehydration, or poor growth, then the mixture may be too strong or management problems may exist elsewhere. Neem cannot compensate for dirty drinkers, ammonia buildup, poor ventilation, or overcrowding. And honestly, this is why some farmers fail with herbal strategies. They expect herbs to solve management disasters. That never works. Strong poultry farming always starts with hygiene, ventilation, clean water, vaccination programs, litter management, and stress reduction. Neem should support the system, not replace the system. Now here's the bigger lesson most people miss. The future of profitable poultry farming may not belong only to farmers spending the most money on drugs. It may belong to farmers who understand prevention, management, immunity support, and sustainability better than everyone else. Because surviving in poultry today is not just about raising birds. It's about building systems that remain stable even during pressure periods. And sometimes the most valuable tools are already growing around us. So if this video helped you understand neem leaf powder better, subscribe and join this community of practical poultry farmers looking for smarter and more sustainable solutions. And before you leave, tell me in the comments, have you ever used neem leaves for chickens before? What happened after you tried it? Your experience could help another farmer avoid major losses. And if you want to learn the next natural strategy farmers are now using to improve gut health and feed efficiency in broilers, watch the next video on your screen right now.